Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel SL Stats. This video demonstrates you how to run complete randomized design in R. Research problem. An experiment was conducted to study the performance of 5 tomato varieties in a greenhouse using complete randomized design. Tomato varieties were assigned to experimental units randomly. The experiment contained 25 plots and the yield values recorded from each plot are given in Table 1. This table shows you the tomato yield obtained for 5 varieties under each replicates. Varieties are Tilina, Ravi, Rashmi, Mahesha and Badhya. Each variety consists with 5 replicates. I am going to demonstrate the analysis using 3 steps. First step. How do we enter the data into R? There are several ways to enter the data into R. Among those, I am going to show you the most commonly used and easiest method. First of all, we should type our data in Excel sheet and it should be converted into .txt file format and then converted file should save to your PC. Let's see how to do it. Open Excel sheet and create 2 variables for your treatment and other one for your response. According to the example, the treatment is variety and the response is yield. I have used 1 to 5 numbers to denote treatments. As there are 5 replicates per each variety, each number should be repeated 5 times. Then enter the yield values relevant to each treatment and its replicate. Now we want to save our dataset. I am going to save my file in the desktop. Go to File, Save As. I am going to give the file name as CRD data. Then for the save as type, select text tab delimited. Secondly, we should set the working directory in R. Why? Because our software should be able to know where our data file is located. Therefore, we should give the direction in order to identify the file location. Go to R. There are 2 ways to set our working directory, but I will show you the easiest way. Click on our console and then go to File, select Change Directory. Now we can select our file location. Therefore, I will select Desktop. Then click OK. To type your R codes, you can select a new script. Go to File and select New Script. In order to confirm that we have correctly set our working directory, type getwd, open parentheses and close parentheses. To run the R code, you can use Ctrl R or you can select this icon or else you can right click on here and run the line or selection. You can see now my file location is the desktop. Okay, now we have set the working directory. Now let's see how do we get the data set into our console. For that you should use read.table function. So this is the R code to get the data into our console. Here you can give any name to your data set and type equal, then the function read.table, open parentheses. Within the inverted commas, you should type the name of your data file with .txt file format and comma, then you should type header equal true. True should be in capital and close parentheses. And definitely you should type header equal true. Otherwise, when you do the analysis, R will consider variable names of your data set as values. Then it will mislead the analysis and then finally you will end up with wrong result. According to the example, I will give name to my dataset as data equal read.table open parentheses I have named my data file as crd data. Therefore, within inverted commas, I will type crd data.txt and comma, then type header equal true and close parenthesis. Now let's go to R. Then I will type here the R codes to get the dataset into R console. Data equal read.table, open parenthesis, within inverted commas, give the name of your dataset with .txt file format, then comma, header equal true. Now run the R code. Now type data to display our dataset. This is our dataset. Step 2. How do we do the analysis? First, you should obtain the ANOVA table, and then if there is a significant difference exists among the treatments, you should do a mean separation to identify which treatment is significantly different and which is not. Because ANOVA itself gives only whether there is a significant difference among the treatments or not. Before running the R codes for ANOVA, we should convert the treatment variable into factor because the treatment is a nominal variable. For that, give a name to your treatment and then type as.factor. It is the function to convert a variable into factor. Then open parentheses, type the name of your dataset, then type $mark and give the name of your treatment variable as it is in the dataset. According to the example, I will keep the name as treatment, then type equal as.factor, open parenthesis. Now name of my dataset is data, then type it here, then $mark, and my treatment is variety, type it here and close parenthesis. Open R and type the code here. I have typed the R code to convert the treatment variable into factor. R software is case sensitive. You should be careful about the capital and simple letters when you are typing R codes. Now run it. To confirm that we have correctly converted the treatment variable into factor, type class, open parenthesis, give this name treatment and close parenthesis and run the R code. Okay, now we can see the class of treatment variable has converted into a factor. Okay, now we can obtain the ANOVA table. For that, you should type this R code. Here, you can give any name, results, output, whatever. Then I have typed here results, then equal, and then the function for ANOVA is AOV, open parenthesis. Then type the response variable as it is in the dataset and type tilde. Then give the name of your treatment variable after it converted into a factor. Then comma, give the name of your dataset. To display the output, you want to type summary and within brackets you want to give this name. To obtain the ANOVA, instead of AOV function, you can type LM here. LM stands for linear model. Instead of summary, you can give the function ANOVA and within brackets you want to give this name. According to the example, I will type the results here. You can type even output, ANOVA output, whatever. Then equal, and then within the bracket, I will type yield. It is my response variable. Then type tilde. And then after converting into a factor, the name of my treatment is treatment. Then I will type treatment here. Then comma. The name of my dataset is now data. Then I will type it here. After that, you want to type summary within bracket. You want to give the name here. Let's type the R code here. Okay, name of my output is results. Then type equal. Then give the function AOV within bracket. Give the name of your response variable. It is yield. And then type tilde. Then give the name of your treatment variable after it converting to a factor. It is treatment. Then type it here. Then comma. Then this is the name of your dataset. It is data. Now run the R code. To display the output, type summary and within brackets type results. Then run the R code. Now this is your ANOVA table. When you look at the probability value here, it is less than 0.05. Therefore, we can say that there is a significant difference among 5 tomato varieties. In order to identify which treatment is significantly different, I am going to use Toki's mean separation technique. Toki is the default form of mean separation technique in R. The R code for Toki is like this: type Toki and type capital HST, and within bracket you want to give the name of your output. To obtain the mean separation, type Toki HST and within bracket give the name of your output. It is results. Then run the R code. This is the output of Toki. Third step. How do we interpret the output? This is the output of the analysis. When you look at the ANOVA table, the p-value for the treatment is less than 0.05. Therefore, we can say that there is a significant difference among 5 tomato varieties. In order to identify which treatment is significantly different, we have run Toki's test. This is the pairwise comparison for each treatment. Here you should look at this column. This is the p-value or the probability value. When you compare treatment 2 with 1, the obtained p-value is 0.0139, which is less than 0.05. Then you can say that there is a significant difference between treatment 2 and 1. And when you compare treatment 3 with treatment 1, the obtained p-value is 0.00, which is less than 0.05. Then you can say that there is a significant difference between the treatment 3 and treatment 1. When you compare treatment 3 with treatment 2, the obtained p-value is 0.0834, which is greater than 0.05. Then you can say that there is no any significant difference between treatment 3 and treatment 2. And also when you compare treatment 5 with treatment 3, the obtained p-value is 0.0594, which is greater than 0.05. Then you can say that there is no any significant difference between treatment 5 and treatment 3. Likewise, you can interpret this output. Okay, it is all about the interpretation. If you have any question regarding the analysis, I will always here to help you. Thank you.